What's happening, guys? Welcome to the video. Today's video we're going to talk about my improvement season training program that I developed for myself, the goals I'm trying to achieve over the next 12 months before I enter my next contest prep, tentatively next April 2020. So let's spin you around. I wrote everything down on a piece of paper. I figured that'd be kind of an easy way to lay everything out, give you guys a visual as I talk about what everything means, how I'm doing things, and so on. So let's go back around and I'll show you what I've written out for you. Okay, so this is a breakdown of the improvement season 2019 to 2020. So it is currently the 1st of May and I'm full bore now into my improvement season. I have, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, roughly 12 months until I will be entering my next prep. So next April would be the start of prep for Canadian Nationals 2020. Obviously, that's the main show that I'm thinking about right now, but I would like to try to line up a few INBF events around that time as well, if possible. But obviously, I won't know that till, next year when the schedule comes out. So right now, my plan would be to step on stage in August of 2020. So we've got, as I said, basically 12 months to really stay focused on our goals, really make some progress, make some changes to the physique, and yeah, just make some improvements, right? It's the improvement season. So I tried to break it down as best I could for you guys and give you, with this little paper here, like a visual of how everything's gonna be set up. So at the top, you see it says goals right there. I'm a big believer in, ironing out your goals, writing things down, and, knowing what you want to achieve, right? If you don't have goals, then, especially in the gym, if you don't have goals, whether they be physique-based or strength-based or just general fitness-based, if you don't have those goals, then you're kind of just going to the gym and winging it. So I wrote down, kind of the main, let's say, top 3 things that I want to work on and keep in my mind for the next 12 months. So at the top there, it says, stay in a caloric surplus to create optimal growth environment. Now, since I have 12 months, that may seem like a long time, but it's really not, especially in the natural bodybuilding realm. 12 months is, it's not that much. It really isn't. Once you get, in the swing of things, all of a sudden 3 or 4 months goes by and you're like, oh man, that's a third of it gone. And sometimes you don't feel like you've done a whole lot. So for me, I'm trying to maximize the next 12 months. So we're gonna stay in a very, I'd say, relatively high caloric surplus. I haven't really ironed out exactly where the macros are lying right yet. I'm basically just tracking my food and seeing where my calories lie at the end of the day. I'd say I'm averaging right now around 4,000 per day, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just track everything I eat and monitor my weight for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and then from there see what that does to my body as far as how I look, how my performance is in the gym, how my strength is, and then I'll dial things in as much as I need to. But for now, we're just trying to be in a good caloric surplus to create optimal environment for growth. You need to be in a surplus to gain muscle. In most cases, there's a select few people that can probably, get away with a slight deficit. New trainees, people coming back from the gym, they're special cases. But for me, at my stage in the game, I need to be in a surplus. So I'm gonna give myself lots of food and lots of fuel to make that growth, make that progress. Goal number 2 is train with intent of becoming a natural pro bodybuilder. That is my be-all end-all, guys. It's a natural pro bodybuilder. WNBF pro card is the big one that I'm chasing, but I also understand that that's going to take a lot of time, but that's always going to be in my head. Every session, I'm going to be thinking about, okay, this is just one step closer to getting that pro card, one more rep, one more set, and just really focus on achieving that goal. So that's number 2 there. And then the third one there, guys, it says apply progressive overload and achieve new strength PRs. Progression is key. You should always be trying to progress, always trying to get better. So for me, applying that progressive overload principle, just trying to add, you know, more weight, maybe another rep, maybe adding another set instead of 3 sets, 4 sets, and achieve new strength PRs. I've noticed a big decrease in my strength over the last, I'd say it's hard to say, like, strength goes up and down with when I prep versus when I'm not prepping. So I would say the last 3 or 4 months getting ready for these 2 shows that I did, my strength started to slowly dip. So my goals now, since I have a good chunk of time, is to see some new PRs. Obviously the big 3 squat, bench, deadlift, but on other things as well, like a dumbbell press or like a weighted pull-up PR, just things like that. I want to hit those new numbers and just hit some personal records. Ideally lifetime, right? I've had, you know, good numbers in the past, but I'd like to surpass those. And I think in the next 12 months, especially with number 1 staying in that caloric surplus, I think I'll be able to do that. So I'm super excited. Okay, so section 2 right here, physique areas to work on. Now I paid to have a judging critique video for the Coburg show, the first show that I did, and then I had a little chat with the promoters and some of the judges after I competed in New York. So I got some feedback from them. The first 2 were from the judging video, and it says back, thickness, and density. He said that was an area that could be brought up. Not necessarily a weak point per se, but an area that would definitely add to my physique. So back is something that I will be working on, and that's an area that I actually worked on, you know, prior to prepping for this show was back, and I think it was brought up nicely. So having the next 12 months to really work on it, I'm super excited. Next one was quads. Overall mass in the lower leg, or I guess it'd be upper leg, lower body. Just overall size of my quads. He said that, you know, as far as proportion and symmetry and stuff, they were good. But I just like to see them a little bit bigger. My upper body's pretty nicely developed, I guess you could say. And he said my legs could be brought up just that little bit more. So quads is something that we're gonna really focus on. And then the last one here, conditioning, was what I was told at the New York show. And that one won't be achieved till I start prep again, obviously, because I'm not trying to get conditioned for the off season. But he said there's like a next level leanness that I could probably achieve, so that'll be something that'll be kind of, these 2 are the main focus in the off season, and then this would be the one that when we start prep kind of gets introduced and put more focus on, I guess you could say. Okay, so let's look down here. I'm gonna adjust the camera just a little bit without dropping it. Okay, so I broke down the week for you, obviously 7 days a week. Now, I'm a fan of the 5-day split. I find if I go, you know, into that 6 or even 7 days of training, my body just starts to feel it a bit more. I don't know if it's because of, you know, the intensity during the sessions, whether it's a recovery thing or just the lifestyle that I live, whatever it is. I've seemed to find my sweet spot with 5 days per week. I can get good chunk of volume in. I have 2 days where I can rest, and then you know, really take the time to let my body recover for those next sessions. So the way I set it up, Monday is actually a rest day with an optional core or stretch day. So Mondays, depending on the schedule, if I feel like resting, then I'll just take a full rest day. If I'm feeling extra beat up from the workouts, or, you know, if I'm busy, then I don't feel obligated to do anything. But if I'm feeling up for it and I want to do a little bit of core work or some stretching, mobility, then I'll do that on the Monday. This stuff, the stretch and mobility, more so than the core, I'll probably do just, you know, after dinner, watching TV, or before bed, or in the morning if I get up early. So Monday will be kind of like a recovery day, more so than a full rest day, because obviously that stretching and mobility work's gonna, you know, pay off. So I probably will do it. I've been in the habit of doing it lately, so I'm gonna try to keep that up, because that's obviously an area I need to always pay attention to. Tuesday is the first back day, and I paired back with shoulders, excuse me. So back day, the first one of 2, I will be going to Planet Fitness, which is the gym that I go to right now, but I have some information I can tell you a little bit later in the video, because I'm gonna be going to 2 different gyms. Anyways, Planet Fitness, and based on the equipment they have there, my main movements will be pull-ups, pull-downs, cable rows, and then for shoulders, main movements will be Smith overhead press and some lateral raises. Obviously, those aren't all the exercises, but those are the main ones. That's where a lot of my volume will be spent. And this is a high volume day, so lots of sets, lots of reps, intensity techniques like drop sets and supersets, and just really getting a lot of work done. I think this workout was an hour and 15 minutes when I did it Tuesday morning, so it was a good chunk of volume. And I'm not one to take overly long rest periods. I would say anywhere from 45 to 60 seconds, not much longer than that. I don't like to dilly-dally in the gym. I like to go in and do my work and then leave. So back and shoulders on Tuesday, high volume, okay? Putting in lots of work and really good workout. When I did it this week, I walked away very satisfied with the workout. Wednesday is the first leg day, and that is more spent on, I guess you could say, well, it's pretty even balance of both, I guess, not quads and hamstring focused. It's more just a general full leg session. That one again is at Planet Fitness, and based on the equipment there, made movements are leg curl variations, leg extensions, Smith squats, obviously some calf work in there. And just like back and shoulders, a very high volume day. Again, that workout took me, I would have done that this morning, took me just under an hour and a half. So lots of volume. On the leg curls, for example, I did 5 sets of the seated leg curl, 3 sets of the lying leg curl. On leg extensions, I did 6 sets total. Excuse me. Smith squats, again, 2 good sets. Then we did some Bulgarian split squats. We did the adductor machine. There's a lot of work. I was very fatigued by the end of it. Thursday, rest day again with the optional stretching and mobility stuff. We don't need to talk much about that. Friday, chest, shoulders, triceps, and this will be at Omega Fitness. I'm moving to a new city, and there's a gym there that is called Omega Fitness, obviously, and very excited based on what I've seen in photos as far as equipment, what they have there. I need to do a little walkthrough to confirm what all they have, but thankfully there they have a bunch of free weights. Their dumbbells go up to 115, so I'm hoping to work up to those eventually, and obviously the setups for squat, bench, deadlift. So main movements for chest, shoulders, and triceps. We're gonna do bench, just a standard flat bench press. I wanna get that number up. That's just me being a meathead. Then we got incline dumbbell press. As I just said there, they got up to 115s, so I'd like to eventually see those, maybe by the end of this year, not even the end of the 12 months, maybe the end of this year, see those for a couple reps. Then some shoulder press, laterals, and then some tricep work, whether that's machine work or cables or dumbbells, whatever. That'll probably vary up quite regularly. So here, volume, intensity for chest. So I'm gonna go quite heavy on the bench and the dumbbell press, do some little volume work after that with like flies and stuff, but bench press and dumbbell press, I'm gonna go heavy, lower reps, and really move some weight around. I'm excited for that. So that's what intensity means when referring to those. And then for shoulders and triceps, back to the volume. So just getting a lot of good quality work in with the overhead press, lateral raise variations, and then a shit ton of tricep work. So that's chest, shoulders, and triceps on Friday. Then Saturday brings us to legs again. So from Wednesday to Saturday, we should be well recovered by then to hit legs for a second round, and that'll be at Omega Fitness. And that'll be my heavy day again. So at the bottom here, right? Intensity. So we're gonna go main movements, squat and deadlift. I think I'm gonna rotate them. Doing both of them in a session just probably wouldn't be the best of ideas. I just probably wouldn't be able to put as much intensity into the second one, whether I started with squats and went to deadlifts or vice versa. I think the second one would would suffer a little bit, and I think from my physiological point of view, it just wouldn't be good. So I'll probably alternate squatting one week, deadlifting the next. Then they have what looks to be a squat press machine from what I've seen in photos, so it's kind of like a leg press variation. Really excited to try that out. And then some lunges, among other things, and then some calf work again. So I'm excited for that. That'll be a pretty substantial workout. Again, with the intensity being in mind, similar to chest over here. For intensity, for these two specifically, squat and deadlift, will be probably higher weight, low reps, trying to move some good weight around, and go back up here, hit those new strength PRs, okay? So that's where this day will be focused. And then at the bottom, we've got back and biceps, so just a pretty standard pull day. That'll be at Omega Fitness. Main movements here will be some heavy rows, whether they be dumbbell, seal, or barbell rows. Again, with those dumbbells going up to 115, we've got lots of playroom with those dumbbell rows, so hoping to get some good quality gains from that. Probably throw in some weighted pull-ups and, you know, obviously different kind of row variations. Again, these aren't all the exercises, guys. Don't think that. Those are just the main ones that I'll be focusing on as far as where I'm hoping to see good quality progression. And then obviously for biceps, we just have curls, different kinds of curls. This will be, again, an intensity day. So notice we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday are pretty intense days, right? So we're going heavy, we're going hard, which leads us to that Monday rest day, which, as I said at the beginning, will probably be much needed after that 1, 2, 3 days of beating the hell out of my body. So this, I keep hitting the floor, hitting the table, sorry. So this is a breakdown of the program, guys. I know the video isn't overly exciting because I'm just kind of reading and showing you from my paper here, but I wanted to give a breakdown because a lot of people have been asking how I'm going to structure things moving forward. So this is it. I know this video has been long. Looking at my time here, we're over 15 minutes, so I'm going to stop rambling. If you have more questions, send me a message, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this, if there's anything you would suggest or maybe change. I'm always open to new things and learning and trying to get better, right? So thanks again for watching the video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.